I don't know what word I want to use for that, armoire, chifforobe. Hi, I'm Celeste from Books and Bell. Welcome to my work in progress, KonMari, fashion blogger, closet tour. Right now I feel like my closet is how I want it to be, but I'm also aware that I felt that way a few months ago, and then I found some more things that I was like, wait, no, I don't need these. So I do think that I'm going to keep reevaluating, and I also think that I'm still struggling a little bit with trying to figure out what exactly is the right amount of clothes for me to own, and I'll get into that a little bit later when you're with me in my actual closet. Although I have done KonMari and reduced my closet by more than half, and although I do feel like everything I own is something that sparks joy for me, it's still probably in the area of 200 items. I haven't counted in a while. That's not what everyone would consider a small wardrobe. It's certainly not a capsule wardrobe of any kind, and part of my experiments with capsule wardrobes is trying to help myself figure out between the extremes of where I used to be when I had a bunch of clothing in storage and a tiny capsule wardrobe, experiencing the extremes and kind of trying to find my place in the middle. So a few things that you need to know first off. This is my bedroom, and back there, that is the armoire where my husband keeps all of his hanging clothes. And he has a dresser here in the corner where he keeps his folded clothes. I keep my clothes in a living area downstairs. We call it our family room, and we have a sort of front, more formal, prettier living area, and then the back one is where we have our television, and it's kind of a more casual area, and it's where we tend to hang out in the evenings, and it's right adjacent to our laundry room. So what's good about having my clothes down there is A, there's a huge closet in that room and room for me to put my dresser for my folded things, and then B, I love that it's near the laundry because that makes it really convenient on laundry day. And I've actually noticed that when I get home from work, I immediately want to change into sweatpants and, like, you know, take my bra off and all of that. And instead of coming upstairs and having to do that and then going back downstairs, I just come in, I do that, I continue to live my life on the first floor, cooking dinner, hanging out, reading, watching TV, doing whatever we're doing. And then at nighttime, we come upstairs. And so it really doesn't make any sense to me. Like, then in the morning, I brush my teeth upstairs and everything, then I go downstairs before I get changed. So since I am conducting the majority of my life on the first floor, it hasn't been inconvenient at all to have my clothing on the first floor. Another thing you should know going in is that what I'm about to show you is all of the clothing that I own. Per Marie Kondo's suggestion, I do not pack away clothes for seasons. And I think that is such a good idea because I don't like having more clothes than can fit in the space that you have, and I also don't like having to switch out the winter and the summer because I think you don't stay mindful about what you have when you're packing things away. So the only things that I own that you won't be seeing here are the coats and jackets that I keep on a rack near our front door. My work bag and my everyday bag, which we keep near the front door. And then a few cold weather accessory items, which are in the attic at the moment, only because I want to be keeping them in a kind of basket or something by the front door, but I haven't found that storage solution just yet. All right, well, let's go downstairs and get started. So this is the room. It's the laundry room back there. This is not done being decorated by any means. It's still very unfinished, but this is our sort of living area over here. And then on this side, I've got my dresser. I store my shoes in here. And then this is the closet. Starting with the dresser, this used to be Ryan's, and when we moved into this house, we got a different one that worked better in our bedroom for him to use for his clothes, and this became my hand-me-down. Here I just have some of my jewelry and items displayed in this nice little glass mirror box. Some of my favorite bracelets and this Elizabeth II coronation souvenir pocket knife. is one of my favorite things. My top drawer is mostly for jewelry and other types of accessories. I have large necklaces back here, and then I put my delicate necklaces in these individual separators, which I got at the Container Store. Some of them have some larger pendants, but they still have delicate chains, so those need to go in here. And then on this side, I keep my earrings. I wear exclusively studs with the exception of a few little things that are still very minimal and delicate looking. I have a box back here for pearls. I know it seems like I have a lot of pearls, but most of these are sentimental in some way or another. They were either given to me by someone, or in the case of this one, made for me by my mother-in-law to wear at my wedding. I actually wore this down my back in my open back dress. And then here I keep bracelets. And this little box is for rings. So that's all the jewelry. Over here I have a couple spare sunglasses. Oh, I lied, that's not all the jewelry. I do have some necklaces in these little containers, which is a nice way to store my kind of in-between necklaces that aren't tiny, delicate, but they're also not larger, so they keep from getting tangled up in those. Underneath I have a few pouches, which are nice to use as clutches and other things along those lines. Some glasses, and then headbands. This drawer is obviously all folded KonMari style. I really, really love this way of folding, and I will put a link below to a channel that will talk you through how to fold pants and sweaters and all the different things in this style. Over here I have long sleeve shirts and thermal long sleeve shirts, and a couple short sleeve sweatshirts here in the back. And then these are all short sleeve t-shirts, and then over here are camisoles and tank tops. This is my sweater drawer. You're supposed to keep all sweaters folded, but I don't have enough room to fold my cardigans, so I do have some cardigans in my closet, which is one of the things that's still a little imperfect about the way that I store things, and I'm hoping to fix that in the future, either by getting rid of more things or rearranging the drawers a bit, or getting rid of more things so that I can rearrange the drawers a bit. But you've got fine gauge sweaters over here, a little bit more medium gauge, and then thicker gauge are all over here. And they don't really need drawer separators, but what I do have in here are cedar drawer separators, just to keep away moths and anything like that. This is my sock and underwear drawer. The divider comes with the drawer. For here, I have ankle socks on the right, and then thin ones that come up a little bit higher in the middle, and then I have thicker and wool socks here. I do have a variety of socks. I love them, and I need to have a variety because in the winter I wear almost exclusively wool ones because it does get so cold here. So I'm wearing all of these in the winter pretty much, and not these. And then I'm wearing these other times of year, not these. And the ankle socks I primarily will wear for working out and things like that. And then I have a few tights in here. All of them are rolled up like sushi, like Marie Kondo says to do. I just have some sachets thrown in here. And over here I have all of my cotton briefs lined up on this side. I have my bras cupped inside each other, all right here. That's another sachet, and some little cedar blocks. And then thongs and G-strings, sports bras, two-piece bathing suit, one-piece bathing suit. That's my strapless bra there. So I just love how I can see every single thing and not have to go rooting around for it. Finally, my jeans and pants drawer. Over here, so it'd normally be a bit more full, but both pairs of skinny jeans are in the hamper at the moment. Those are primarily what I wear. So all we've got over here are shorts. I have 4 pair I have denim shorts, and then these are kind of pajama-y, worky outy type shorts, more cedar blacks. And then over here I have boyfriend jeans in the back, cords, colored and print jeans. And over here I have my Nike running leggings, leather look leggings, some leggings that I sleep in, thermal wintry type leggings that I sleep in, pajama bottoms, some sweatpants, and then a couple pajama sets, silk and a vintage little embroidered pajama set. This little vintage locker is where I keep my shoes right now. I've had it since I was in high school, and it actually has a mate as well that's in our attic right now, keeping craft supplies. I've used it for a variety of different things, and I do want to give it a nice fresh coat of paint and kind of take some of the things off the front of it. But as you can see, this room is not really finished yet, and it's still pretty much a work in progress and kind of a little junky. We want to get a different sofa for that corner and stuff. So I'm not in a huge hurry with that. Up top, I've got boots. These are my favorite thing to wear. I've got some faux suede ankle boots from Target over here. You got your Docs. These are my favorite Jeffrey Campbell's right here. These are the Cast and Crew boot, and these are called the Everly boot, and you will see those in my, you have seen those in my Closet Confidential tag video, which I will link down below. And I'm also doing a Closet Confidential B-sides video that some of these things are going to show up in as well, so I'll link that also. These are vintage riding boots that I actually wore when I got married, and they might be showing up in my Closet Confidential B-sides. Jeffrey Litas. These are definitely going to be in the Closet Confidential B-sides. They are some pony hair platform shoes that I love and a lot of people do not. We've got some more down here, just sort of the chunky type heel type things, espadrilles. Those are Jeffrey Campbell's as well. And then here I have some Oxfords in the corner, and saddle Oxfords, and a couple pair of stiletto-y-ish type things. Little Vivienne Westwoods there on the right. These are the most versatile thing. I actually bought them for a job interview. I didn't think I would wear them a lot, but it turns out that when I do want to wear heels, which is rarely, I tend to want to wear nude ones because they're just so elongating to the leg. Here I've got sneakers over here. These are my K-Swiss that I still love. I bought these when I was a teenager, and I don't have many opportunities to wear them anymore, but occasionally I'm just in that mood and I really love them. Then you've got Converse, some Mocs, and some Michael Kors pony hair camo high tops that I think I'm going to put in the Closet Confidential B-sides as another possible I love everyone hates shoe. And then you've got some sneaker wedges down here, platforms. And then finally on the bottom is where I keep sandals and flats. Sandals are the thing I wear the least frequently, so they're all kind of piled up in the corner there, just for those hot days when I really can't get away with wearing anything else. So here's the closet. It is actually very large. And considering we literally don't have a closet in our bedroom, how could I give up the opportunity to have this be the place where I stored my clothes? It's just so much easier, especially being on the first floor with the laundry. I just couldn't be happier with the setup I have here. So just a nice little over-the-door mirror there so that I can check out my outfit when I'm getting ready. The laundry basket in the back there with my gym bag in it, and my hamper here. And back here we've got a space for shelves, but when we bought the house it didn't have shelves in it, and I don't really need shelves, so I haven't completely figured out what I want to do with that yet. Here are all of my hats and my bags that are not currently in use. Sleeveless tops down here. This is one of my favorites. I think it'll be in my Closet Confidential B-sides. Silk peplum top. I love that. Then we're getting into some blouses with short sleeves, lots of silk, of course. This is my favorite, and some cottony ones. And then I have a couple slightly longer sleeve type blouses and shirts here. And some sweatshirts. Whoops. These are the cardigans that I can't fit in my drawer right now. Well, I really just can't fit the super big ones. And so I decided to just call it all cardigans and keep the fine gauge ones in here with them. And the big culprit is this big woolly hood and then this guy, which almost isn't even an article of clothing so much as it is a necessity. This is a big blanket sweater that is literally like having a blanket on. It's made of wool, so it's incredibly warm. And I don't particularly like the way it looks. I don't wear it out. I don't even like to wear it at home when we have company around because I feel like I look really schlubby. However, we lived in an apartment with no insulation, and we lived through a winter where we got sub 15 Fahrenheit temperatures frequently, and this just had to be my second skin all the time. I would just wear thermal leggings and thermal tops and this and big wool socks because otherwise my teeth were chattering all night long. And we still live in an old house without the best insulation, so it's definitely comes in handy, and we haven't had such a bad winter yet since we've been here, but you never know what's around the corner. A couple blazers and some vests, and then we get into skirts. Now this is probably the thing that I wear the least frequently, skirts, so I don't get a ton of wear out of the ones that I have, but I do have some good statement pieces here, like the Versace for H&M, this one which has a really great shape to it, and this nice tulle one, of course, and some really fun little prints and things. So they're not super versatile, but when you are in that mood, obviously sequin ones, it's good to have that party thing. I think the big reason for me that I don't have a micro wardrobe yet, even after KonMariing and reducing by a lot, is that I do have a lot of party type skirts, and you'll see this even more in the dresses. They don't feel like they weigh me down, they feel like little gems, and I think I'm doing KonMari the right way to know if something sparks joy, and this sparks joy. And I've worn this thing once, but I'll wear it again because it made me really happy, and every time I see it I get happy, so pretty sure that's how you're supposed to do it. Although, like I've said before, I'm still very much in transition of reevaluating, and shedding more. So it's a work in progress, absolutely. This is not, clearly this is not a tour of the already figured it out, has a tiny versatile capsule wardrobe closet if you are looking for that. These are the 3 pairs of pants I own. I just don't like pants. I like jeans. I wear these sometimes when I'm in the mood, some printed ones, and riding ones, kind of jodhpurs. So I love all 3 of these, but pants are probably one of the things I wear the most infrequently. Couple coats here that are more occasion type coats and not everyday coats, so I don't keep them out on the coat rack by the front door. Then here you've got the famous overalls and my other 2 pair of overalls. I really love overalls. A slip, and then dresses. Got my graduation dress, some cute little casual dresses, and then a whole bunch of party dresses here. A little vintage guy, you know, lacy silk with nice long things in the bottom. Sequin with a huge big old skirt. Lovely. I love that piece. You know, horses, silk. So many party dresses. Sequiny. Missoni for Target. Some black, simple ones. More everyday ones. More lace. And these are just organized by sleeve length, basically. That's kind of how my mind works with it. Some more casual everyday ones here. And then some good wintry long sleeve type ones back here. And my maxi. Oh, I have a bunch of photos on the floor there right now because I need to digitize them, but I need my cat not to ruin them when I leave them out. So this is where I can put them that he won't get to them. So my maxi is in the back even though it's sleeveless because it's so long. Here are the hangers that do not have things on them. Some of these things are in the wash, and then also I probably still have a few too many hangers since the last time I got rid of things, so I can get rid of some of those. I really like these huggable hangers because things don't fall off them. And then here are some of these, which I really should just get rid of actually. Do that because I don't need more of them. This one holds lightweight scarves. And this one has belts. So I hope you enjoyed that tour. If you are experimenting with folding your clothing the KonMari way, I hope that that was illustrative to you of how nice and neat your drawers can look. And I also hope that you got something out of, you know, seeing that there can be a variety of sizes of closets that work with condoing, even if you don't want a tiny, tiny minimal closet, and you do think of yourself as someone who wants to own, you know, party dresses and things like that that make you happy. So like I said, I don't know if this is exactly how large I want my closet to be forever. I'm still working on that, but I did want to share it with you guys now. I think there's something to be said for sharing things that are still a work in progress or still imperfect. So thank you so much for watching this. If you want to hear more from me, you should definitely click on subscribe right down there. I put out videos pretty much every week, and I would love to have you. If you enjoyed this video, please click on the thumbs up down there. That helps me a ton. You have no idea. It takes you just a second, and it really helps me show up earlier in search results and things like that, so that more people who are interested in the kinds of topics I talk about can find my videos. And another way that you can help other people find me is by sharing this video or any of my videos that you enjoy on social media. Especially if you have people in your life who you think could benefit from minimalism. That's just a great way to put it out into the world, and it helps me get more exposure, so of course I really appreciate that as well. I am new starting out here on YouTube. I've been blogging for a long time, but the video thing is kind of new, and I've just been really heartened by the big response that I've had so far. So it just means so much to me, and I hope that you know that every comment you leave, every thumbs up, and of course every new subscriber really means so much to me. And speaking of which, make sure you comment down below if you have anything at all to say or ask, because I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.